Welcome, welcome. Welcome to another quick live update. This time, let me see here. This time we are talking about the decision yesterday from a New York judge to stop the public charge rule implementation. I know quite a few of you were calling our office yesterday, sending us emails, and I wanted to come on here and give you a quick update, as well as a few other things that we are receiving from USCIS. So those of you that are coming in right now, let me know where you're joining. I want to see all of you. Say hello. Hello, D. Let me highlight a few of you guys as you join. Welcome, D. Welcome, Mike. It's always good to see you guys. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Once again, if you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our live updates like today. And also give us a big like on that video so other people are going to be able to see this video. So hi Marcella, hi Bekad, hello Jawad, hello Rustilav, Esther, Sam, all of you amazing people. And our community here on YouTube is thriving because of you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. So we'll talk about the judge's decision and also what's happening at UCIS with interviews. So give me a second and we'll jump right in. All right. So let me see here. All right. So basically, yesterday, and I wanted to give you a quick update because after the decision yesterday, so a federal judge in New York, essentially ruled that there should be put a hold on the implementation of the public charge at the moment, as long as we are in during the COVID-19 crisis, and during that period of time there shouldn't be essentially, let's see here, there shouldn't be essentially an implementation of that rule. Actually, let me see here. Here we go. So what that means is that if you remember in April, they tried to essentially block the public charge rule, and it wasn't successful because the government was able to block it because they said that it's essential. But this time, in this decision, they essentially said that the pandemic is actually getting worse. And in fact, Judge Daniel said that no person should hesitate to seek medical care, nor should they endure punishment or penalty if they seek temporary financial aid as a result of the pandemic impact. And what happened since April, since the last time they blocked it, is that more and more people were afraid to seek help, get tested, get the help they need, just because they were worried they're going to become a public charge. And if you remember, the public charge has these new forms and various tests that essentially classify immigrants based on their wealth, age, education, financial ability, and all that. So people were just worried that if they will be taking some of these benefits, it's gonna result in denial of the green cards. And so it created a lot of issues where people were essentially afraid to go get tested, get the help they need, putting others at risk. And so they eventually saw that, this is clearly creating more harm than good. And they decided to put a hold on this, which is great. But there's a caveat here. So, today I was at the UCIS office, and there were a few of our colleagues as well from the office. And the officers are still basically following the old procedure, and they're still, requiring people to provide documentation for, public charge. And as of now, UCIS has not provided any comments on this federal decision. So, as you remember, they've been ignoring the court's decision on DACA and a few other things. So I'm wondering if they will respect this. Like I said, in the local UCIS office here in San Diego, they have not received any internal guidelines as to what they're going to do with respect to this court's decision. I am hoping that obviously it's going to be implemented in the next week, and people that are filing for green cards, or they need to provide evidence, or people that are going through the process and they need to take medical benefits are going to be able to do so without worrying that this is going to impact their cases. But like I said, as of now, it doesn't look like UCIS is provided any feedback as to what they're going to be doing. Like I said, today, it looked like business was as usual. But these kind of decisions are important because it shows that the government is detached from what's happening on the ground. They are detached from the fact that we are in a serious crisis right now, where they're detached from the fact that we have immigrants here that are scared to take care of themselves and their families, and that's not what it should be, right? So I think this decision is sending a clear message to the UCIS and says, listen, we're not in a regular period here. This is not February of 2020. We're in a crisis here. And as you remember, the whole idea behind it was that they wanted people to be able to enforce the law and make sure that people are not taking benefits when they're not supposed to. So, we still have the regular affidavit of support. People should be able to still qualify under the normal old rules. So hopefully they will actually implement it, and I will update you on that. The other thing that I wanted to mention is about interview waivers. A lot of you are asking, and I'll get to your questions in a second, and I'll promise to answer them also after the video is going to be. The video is not going to be live, but a lot of you have been asking about interview waivers. What is the status with interview waivers? And I wanted to give you a quick update. Before that, once again, there's quite a few of you here that are here for the first time. So make sure you subscribe to our channel, click that bell to be notified, so you're never going to miss another live video like this. And also give us a like on that video, so YouTube is going to be able to share this video with others. So let's talk about interview waivers. Interview waivers continue to happen. They happen in the sense that sometimes people get a request for evidence for just a medical, send that medical, and then you basically, within a couple of weeks or a month, you get your green card in the mail. It's not even updated on the computer, on their website. We had quite a few of those cases from our office, as well as other colleagues reported it. But also the good news is that we have family cases, like green cards based on marriage. They are also being waived. Yes, we have quite a few of those cases without any RFEs. Clients would just literally get their green cards in the mail. Remember, those are conditional green cards typically. Marriage is less than 2 years, so even though you got your green card, you're still going to have a higher burden of proof in 2 years when you remove your conditions to be able to, you're probably going to have an interview in 2 years when you remove your conditions to be able to get your permanent green card. And also remember, those people they don't have interviews at the first stages are going to have even a more complicated citizenship case where you're going to have an interview, and if it's based on marriage, they're going to fully interview you based on their relationship. So yes, you're going to get your green card, but that's not the end of the game, and you're still going to have to document that their marriage is bona fide. So, but it's good news that they're definitely waiving interviews, and it's crazy. So remember, I made a video a couple of days ago which went crazy, and I announced the first time here on YouTube that receipts are being delayed 30, 60 days, even more. So remember that even if you filed your case, you don't get a receipt, don't be alarmed. What is really important to know, a lot of you are asking me about biometric. What's going to happen with biometrics? So what's happening in our office and across the board is that when you file for 751s, for example, you need to do a biometrics. Right now, those biometrics are waived as well, and they're going to be using your old biometrics from before to be able to get you your your removal of conditions. So they're using that, and also they're going to be using that in certain renewals of I-90s. So that's good news. So they'll be able to reuse biometrics from your adjustment of status case to when you apply for 751 removal of conditions, reusing all biometrics for work permits renewals. They're going to reuse those. So so that's good. A lot of you are asking me about, so that's a good question from Julia. Let's highlight Julia. Any news on a 10-year green card renewal? So remember, I made a video also a couple of weeks, early this week actually, and I said that 751's renewal of conditions, those are basically being delayed. And Julia, you're asking about the I-90. I-90s are also being delayed, but they may be able to reuse fingerprints. So don't worry about that. Like I said, we had quite a few I-90s that were actually processed on time with no delays. They just basically send the case, they send you a receipt, and some of our clients that didn't get them on time, they were able to make an expedited appointment at the USCIS office and get a stamp. So with a 10-year green card, it's less worrying as opposed to when you renew your 2-year green card, because at that point, you really have nothing but the receipt, and the receipts were not issued. Those receipts are actually proof for your legal status here for 18 months, and therefore those are really important to get those. And those receipts were delayed because they had a glitch in their system. They were not issuing any 751 receipts. So kind of to summarize it, guys, I started this stream. Those of you that are joining right now, welcome. I appreciate all of you, Marcella, Jeffrey, Sam, Nirjan, Michael, Sujita. All of you are amazing as you are. You're the best. And I love this community very much. So, as I started this stream, I mentioned that Judge Daniels in New York, essentially yesterday put an order putting a stop on implementation of public charge. So from now on, UCIS should not be requiring any public charge documentation or your filings as long as the pandemic continues to be a crisis and doesn't look like it's getting better. That was one thing that I mentioned. The second thing I mentioned is that interview waivers continue for employment base, but also for family base. Guys, you get married to a U.S. citizen, most likely you're going to get your interview waived. That's what we see right here. So let's talk about this good question from Sam. What happened with the EADs and green card are being stopped printing? Sam, if you watch my video from earlier this week, I started this video on Monday and I mentioned what happened. So what happened is that they're being sued right now. They've been sued on Monday, and There's a lawsuit, 75,000 people part of class action because they're not printing green cards. So hopefully that's going to be resolved, and you're going to start seeing your green cards. And I gave a few, if you go back to that video, and we'll link it in the description of this video, I did mention that you have a few options. One option is to, basically go get a stamp if you have a green card holder, or if you have EAD, then you have 180 days grace period for you to be able to use and show your employer. So there's a few options for you guys over there. Let me get a few other questions here. Thanks, Zavadir. Appreciate you guys, all of you. My OPT application status shows application has been approved. When can I get my EAD card? So again, once again, Niraj, they are showing on their website cases have been approved, but they're not actually printing those EADs yet. So hopefully, with this lawsuit, things will be sped up a little bit. But right now, as far as I know, they're not printing them, and that is the reason why I made that video. So, the bottom line is that UCIS, all these agencies are being sued. As you can see, there's a lot of good wins for us on the side of the legal profession. We are being successful in suing them. Now the question remains, are they going to be implementing, right? Remember, Supreme Court issued a ruling and DHS is not accepting that ruling. They are refusing to abide by the court order. So the question remains, will they abide by this order from yesterday? Like I said, today I went to USCIS and they are not, they seem to be clueless about it, right? So, maybe just a couple of days or so, but I wouldn't be trusting them. So I would be going down there with all the legal memos and everything to show that they have to respect the law. And it's a good thing because, like I said, right now people are hurting. This is not a time to be enforcing draconian laws. It's a time to be united and basically accepting the fact that we are all in this together. So, so just want to kind of give you. But the good news, like I said, a lot of these interviews are being waived. So keep an eye on make sure your address is being updated, right? If your address is not updated and they're going to send you a green card and you're not going to receive it, then you're going to be in trouble. So make sure your address is updated because they're going to be sending those green cards without interviews in the next few months. So you may be one of those lucky ones. So keep an eye on that. So these are good news. They keep interviews are being waived as well for family petitions, as well for employment-based, and biometrics are being reused. So you don't have to worry about, in many cases, to wait for your biometrics. They may be able to reuse it, and you'll be able to be one of those guys. So Yolanda says, what about fingerprints and interviews naturalization? So again, naturalization is a whole different animal here. Those are priority. So you should be getting your interview if it was rescheduled from April. And also, as soon as you pass that interview, you will be immediately scheduled for an oath ceremony. Those oath ceremonies are speedy. They are done sometimes in parking lots. Sometimes they're done as a drive-bys. Here in San Diego, they've done it in a parking lot. And as soon as you pass that, boom, you get your certificate and you can apply for your passport. So naturalization is still priority before anything else. So let me get another one from Yash. There's plenty of you guys here. Thank you for, once again, I cannot emphasize how grateful I am for each and one of you that are watching this live stream, sending me messages, text messages. Don't forget that we have a special Facebook group. I started this Facebook group for you guys, our YouTube fans, our TikTok fans, all in together. Make sure you join that Facebook group. In that Facebook group, I come in and I provide information before I go anywhere. Also, a lot of our members are sharing their dates, their updates from consulates, from UCIS. If you're not in the group, you need to join the group right now. Go in the link in the description of this video. As soon as I'm going to be offline, go in the link description of the video and join the Facebook group where it's free. You can join and we are launching a few new programs as well in the next 2 weeks. So you want to be informed about that. We're doing all this for you guys. Once again, I appreciate each and any one of you. If you're here for the first time, subscribe to this channel, share this video, and make sure people know about this. So let me take a few more questions. We have Maurice watching from Cape Town. Cape Town is next on my trip list. As soon as COVID is over, I'm packing my bags. I'm going to South Africa. He's concerned about the PUBG for DV lottery. You shouldn't be concerned because now it's, what you should be concerned is the DV lottery that you're not going to make it because right now they're not taking DV lottery winners until the end of December, and most of them probably going to lose it because I don't see any progress with the lawsuits as of now. Marcel, my fingerprints, April 2019, 71 waiver, but they still didn't call me for an interview. Can I hire a lawyer to follow up with UCIS? Absolutely, you should. And in fact, any of you that want a consultation with me or anyone on my team, there's going to be a link in this video to set up a consultation because I'm here for you. Definitely you need to follow up because right now there's so many delays. If you don't press on these government agents, they're not going to do anything. They need to be pushed and pressed, and that's what we're here for. So anyway, just want to come in here. I got to go and jump on a few other consultations. So wanted to kind of give you an update. Federal judge blocked public charge. Interview waivers continue. Receipt delays are on. 751s are being delayed. Watch the videos that I did in the last 2 days. New videos coming up, I think, on Friday. And we're going to be talking about what L2 and H4 dependents can do who are stuck overseas to bypass the bar. As few exemptions, a few tricks of the trade that I'll be sharing with you. Just you guys who are watching my videos, you'll be aware of all these tricks. And so make sure you watch it. Thanks a lot. I appreciate all of you. And you know what? Tip of the day, do something fun for yourself today. Something that will feed your soul. All this frustration with immigration is not going to do any good for your health. Do something fun. I'm going to go to the beach afterwards and take some nice walk and enjoy myself, and keep coming with ideas for videos and keep working for you guys. All right. So stay safe, stay healthy. I love you all from San Diego, California. I am grateful that you're here, and I'll see you in our next video.